So one thing here that I have learned, when you reload these, don't get on top of it, because when you reload and you're on top, it's actually opening it. Salut survivors, welcome back to SolutOdka's channel in Night of the Dead for the whole night, day 42. So in today's video, I will first present to you today's development of the maze, and we will then play the whole night. If you're new here today, please don't forget to like and subscribe, it really helps the channel grow. Now, here, as you recall, in our last episode, in the wave 41, we got a big fight here in this meat bait room. And this happened because that door here, well, some zombies opened it twice, at least twice. So we had a lot of discussions on the channel on why did this happen, and also why is it that the zombies were going this way and not by the serpent maze side. So after a lot of discussions, it happened that it was a few days ago, and I started the Legendary series in parallel. But there has been a new game update with a lot of new cool things. I tested some here. You see I have a bush farm, a quarry, and the iron generator there. We'll see how it works more in detail later. I just built it for testing purpose for now. And as part of the same update, the update number 2 of the game, in the bug fixes, there was a bug fix so that zombies would not be able anymore to open doors. So it means there was a bug, and that's why they have opened the door. Now, it does not fully explain why is it they were coming this way and not the other way, there, opposite side of the window. So it's still uncertain, but in the theory of sin is that because they thought that this door was open, therefore they were coming up this way. Now we still saw some falls through the trapdoors, so it's not entirely sure if the theory is correct or not. We will test it today, see are the zombies coming this way still or not. And I have been thinking another option or another issue could be that maybe some of these traps here is blocking their path. Now, for the wave 40, this was not blocking their path, so that would be surprising that for the wave 41, it was then blocking their path. But if the zombies would have the same behavior today, we will test to remove the traps on the other side. Let's see. Now for today, aside from the repairs and all this in the meat bait room and the bush plantation, I have also worked extensively on our grand entrance here. As you can see, I have now improved it, extended it up to the front. We have a beautiful, nice terrace here. Of course, jumpers will try to jump here, but then I will fight jumpers if that's the case. Huh? And I have lowered the deck, here's the bridge, to just 1 column high. So so now we can reload, as you can see here, easily actually. Let's reload the front ones. Here it's some cutters. For memory, I kept this red flag here. We will not need this red flag anymore, because Sin did some testing after our discussion last time about the inner range of a trebuchet. So a trebuchet can shoot really far, and the discussion was that the inner distance seems to be 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it seems here it's more like 6 blocks, but I mean it depends on the exact counting of blocks. That's not properly aligned here, but it's 5 to 6 blocks. So what we were discussing is that should the trebuchet be installed on a structure very high up there, would the inner radius be longer, which would permit us to build a longer grand entrance. Well, the result of the testing is that basically, even if you put the trebuchet really high, it will not shoot further for the inner radius. Therefore, whatever you do in terms of elevation, your trebuchet will shoot at the same range. There will be no changes. I think I don't have actually the trebuchet ammo here with me. I was very busy to upgrade all of this, and I had to get plenty of small stones to build the bush farm. I really like this update to the game. This update number 2 there. Let me show you again. Anyway, we are waiting for the zombies to come. But here, I built this bush farm. And, every day I spend a lot of time to go get branches. Now, thanks to this bush farm, that should reduce it a lot. In the future I might build a bigger bush farm here. We'll see. I haven't yet harvested it. For the quarry and the mineral generators here, we will see more exactly in detail how it works. But Dr. Crisms did some studies, and he has posted on Steam the initial result of his study in terms of the resources you obtain and the cost of repairing and maintaining. So you need some maintenance kits, and more or less all the ingredients required to produce these maintenance kits are the ingredients you obtain from the loot of zombies in a horde night. Okay, so we are now starting. Something else. You remember the mechanism with this door, that if I'm on one side, then zombies go to the side where I am, and of course if I am on the opposite side, then they go to the opposite side. That's why I have here placed this door. So this door has the same mechanism as this door, right? Now I should not have any of these two doors open. I should always be careful to close them. But if I'm on this side, then zombies will go by the main maze. And if I'm on the opposite side of the door, then they will be going to the serpent maze until they enter in the radius of the mid base. So that's the grand testing kind of our grand entrance. As you recall, last time we were not able to reload it properly. It is now fixed and we can properly reload it. So what seems to be a bit logical, but a major part of the zombies are using the center of the corridor here. Right, that seems obvious, but that's kind of confirmed. We can see on the side here that 62 and this one 43. While here it's 99. They have not used this one at all. Well, it's designed really wide to be able to handle bigger hordes later. We'll see at the final wave how it's going. But the V-shape funnel is working really well. I haven't yet added these spikes that we have discussed because I am not sure to focus or not on these trebuchet. I think trebuchet ingredients to make their or to produce their ammunition are not ideal. The boulders, let's see what does the quarry provide, but I'm not entirely convinced about it. It's really more for testing purpose, so that we prepare to develop more and more for our legendary series. More and more are coming. Good. That's really nice to have a butcher so we can see. is going in the right side. We should have. Wait, let's check when there is a new butcher. I'll go on the opposite side of this door when there is a new butcher. For now, let's just keep reloading, keep repairing. Now I think there can be a little challenge with this grand entrance, is that it's taking the heat from the start to the end of the whole night. While so far we have most of the time used two different mazes. Therefore we have never really strained a very narrow, small area to handle everything, right? So when we reach the whole night, I mean the final wave. Oh, but you're coming. Let's go there. Okay, well this one was already there before and it probably entered into the radius of the mid bait. Then it gets stuck. Why is it stuck like that? Okay, so he was going the correct path and then he entered into the radius of the mid bait. That seems working well. That's noisy in this grand entrance. How are things going? 95% the pillar seems alright. Look, it is 1 in the morning, so I think I'll do a final reload of the grand entrance and then we will pull back. Alright, they did finally use the outer ones here. Okay, final reload completed. They are all going for the mid-bait side. So the second thing we wanted to test is make sure that it was only due to the door bug that last time they came down this way. Okay. We need more zombies. I mean, it seems only a butcher and a crawler and maybe one or two other zombies were able to cross the grand entrance so far. We need more to come. We need more zombies. Okay, there is one coming under here. And he's doing a U-turn. Okay, good, good, good. All is working as it should. As it was the case on the whole night 40. That really was just a bug that got introduced for this whole night 41. That's really to be expected actually from an early access game. That's normal to have this kind of things happening. So I really think it's cool, this grand entrance, to design an entrance. The concept is to utilize such design so that a base would have some entrances and some exits. The exits being the discharge of the flow of zombies falling from the traps, from trapdoors, or from compressors or pendulums. So zombies going out of such traps are then going to discharge a maze and then they need to get back in. So you can really master plan your base to have entrances and exits. And you want that from an entrance to their target or targets, then you do a maximum amount of damage, and then on their path from the exit back to the entrance, you want that they spend time to do that. This way you buy time to repair, reload, etc. I think in the general concept that's really good. So that's one of the intents with testing this grand entrance, at the same time as visualizing better what can we do with a trebuchet. But so far the grand entrance is doing its job. It's wide enough, they don't seem to be bashing it. They just go through it, like the entrance to a mall, right? Or a cinema. They're coming to watch a movie. Let's do a quick reload. We are now at the final wave. So let's get ready for a bit more action. Now, one thing that we noticed in the past episodes is when switching of side, there is a sudden build-up of the amount of zombies at the entrance of the serpent maze. So I need to learn to switch of side better. And I think right now might be a good time. There are not too many zombies, so we don't want to create a big flux to our serpent maze. So let's bring them all, the new ones, directly to come here. Also, another thing that I have been thinking in the optimization that I'm being pushed to do with a legendary playthrough is when they are in such a position. I mean, it's great to shoot at them because they are all in a straight line and all this, right? But in essence, that's kind of a problem because we are when doing that creating a choke. So that's not 100% ideal. Well, some zombies are going up this way now. Why is that? I mean, here some go one way and some go the other way. Maybe because there are too many on one. So because there are too many, then they take multiple paths. Except that at the very top we have closed the doors, and there are a lot of butchers. Let me go open the doors. This might look for trouble here. If they reach the end and the doors are closed, I think there are just too many zombies, so the first maze is full, and therefore they are going for the other maze. Nice. And here, I guess I should reload. One is doing the whole tour to the mid base. I think I'll need to kill that guy. What is he doing? Ah, he's burned. Okay, he's dead. Okay, now the main maze is probably completely out of counts. I need to do some massive reloadings. I mean, if a few of them is going to the end of their maze, they will end up in the loop of death, right? But it's okay if a few go there, not if there are 50. Let me have a check, by the way, on the counts here. So one thing here that I have learned, when you reload these, don't get on top of it, because when you reload and you're on top, it's actually opening it. Let's have a look here. Yes, they are doing their loop. Very good. And the butcher reached almost the end. We'll check at the end if there are counts on the trapdoors of the loop of death. Can be interesting. He got grinded just under us. Okay, so let's check that. Wait. This door, I left it open on purpose earlier, but we saw one zombie go through the door. He did not close the door? Ah, right, I'm a bit puzzled there. The one we saw earlier, and that's why I came back up to take care of him if he was attacking our meat bait, right? I need to repair a bit the meat bait, actually. He did not close the door. That's very, very surprising. Okay, let's check on them. Okay, let's go to the loop of this. 9, 7. It's okay. Yeah, they did not reach the end of the loop of this yet. Okay, the loop of death completely did its job. It worked fine compared to last time, where they were able to close, no, open doors. I'm just unsure of two things. Is why did this door didn't close when the zombie went through it? I mean, if you have any idea or not, please let me know. Otherwise, it might be a little bug in the game, perhaps. I don't know. When they fixed that bug here, perhaps they created a new one. Who knows? And the second thing that I am not entirely sure about is, if you recall, when there was a final wave and I was here, some zombies were going one way and some zombies were going the other way. I suppose it's because there were just so many, and basically I think the game works in such a way that when there is one path for them to go to their target, there is a maximum amount of zombie in that path. We don't know that number. And it would mean that here we are wave 42. We might have reached a point where there are so many zombies in one wave that one path or one way to their target, which here is the meat bait, is not enough. That might be the moment when this happens in normal difficulty settings. That's how I understand it, because when we tested early on in the early waves, they were behaving properly. Now, another thing that's interesting is to check the damages they did here. They are all above 95% here. And here, 85, 98, 77. Oh, this one took a bit more damage than the others. 76. Okay, so that would be on a higher difficulty setting. they might be doing more damages. But I've been thinking that here, I have put on purpose one pole here and an additional pole. So actually these flows are supported by multiple poles. So should a pole break, then we don't have the whole floor collapsing. And anyway, if ever the flow would collapse, then this is not the end of the world, and that's not the risk impact of it is relatively low, 85%, and here 94%. And let's check on this side, 84%. So that's really here. It might be because the zombie got stuck here, perhaps, and spent time to do damage. I have noticed also that under the stairs, it has happened that some zombies get stuck under the stairs. I noticed it before. I should actually probably build walls on the side so that they don't go under the stairs. That's maybe what happened here. Maybe. Then all these are the ones that just fell. Well, for honestly, for a couple of episodes here, I was looting the bags just to keep the place clean. That was useless in terms of resources. But now with a new addition to the game, well, that's going to be useful. That's great. I really like this new addition, and in the coming episodes and days, we will test more and more. Cool. So I hope you have enjoyed this Horde Wave 42. And please leave a like and subscribe. And until then, have a good day. Cheers.